everyone. Welcome back to the Afrofood Diary. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for joining me today. If it's your first time coming across this channel, my name is Geraldine and you are highly welcome to the Afrofood Diary. Guys, today, this Igbo chick you're looking at made and ate the popular Edo black soup. Oh my god. So if you want to know how you can if you want to know how you can make this soup for your Igbo family and they will enjoy it, please sit back and watch. Meanwhile, afterwards we're going to be doing a mini mukbang. Like, I'm going to be sharing my personal experience as to how this soup came across to me and what I think about the soup generally. Okay, let's get started. So ahead of time, I have washed the goat meat I'll be using to cook this and added to this pot. I would also be using some stockfish to entice my Igbo family to enjoy this dish. So guys, I've lined that up here. I'll be using some smoked deboned mackerel as well. Here I have some onugbu, some bitter leaf. It's the dry type, so I'll be pouring in some warm water to soak it for a bit. Okay, I wouldn't be boiling it so as not to destroy the taste. I'll also be adding some of that warm water to my scent leaves as well. I'll be using some frozen spinach, some ogiri. I have in there some crayfish, habanero pepper. It's frozen, that's why it's like that. And then some salt and beef seasoning. I'll be using Aqua fresh palm fruits in place of the one in tin or palm oil. Okay, so this will give it a very fresh taste. I would also be using this quantity of onions. I'll cut up a part of it to garnish the meat while I reserve the rest to blend alongside my vegetables. Over here, I've added some of that sliced onions. Feel free to blend it if you want it smooth. I added that amount of salt as well. And here, I'm just going to be adding the beef seasoning. I added the habanero pepper as well, and I covered it to simmer without adding any form of water. I will let the meat to steam out some fluid on its own and absorb those spices. Okay, it will make the meat and everything very tasty. So after good 6 minutes of boiling this without water and with my stockfish, I took the stockfish away because it was becoming soft while I'll continue to boil the goat meat. At this point, the fluid in it was beginning to dry out. So, and looking at it, you will see that it had absorbed most of the spices I added to this pot. That meat is going to be really tasty, I promise you. So I went ahead to pour in enough water for my soup and allowed it to boil while I go over and extract the palm nut, the juice from these palm nuts. Okay, feel free to use your palm oil or the banga paste if that's what's available to you. So like I was telling us, this soup is not my native soup. I learned it and I decided to share with us how I would make it and how it tasted. Here is me done with the palm nut, and that's our crayfish. I'll be going ahead now to grate the ogiri just for that native flavor. Okay, that is optional, I must add. So while I'm on that, let me quickly give a huge shout out to Gift Samson TV, my sister. She is from Edo and she had made this soup before on her channel. And guys, go check her out if you want to see a real Edo black soup. You can also check out Nosa Girl. She had a recipe of this on her channel as well. Tasty City and who again Queen Varieties channel. She has this recipe as well. So you watch and find out which ways you can twist your soup to give you the perfect outcome each time. Okay, the next thing I did was to sift the palm nut paste, as you don't want any of those chaffs to get into your soup. Be careful too when you're pouring in the juice so as not to pour sand into your soup. At this point, I'll be adding the mix of crayfish and the ogiri. Remember that the ube is optional. I just wanted that native flavor in the soup. So I allowed it to come to a boil and I'm going to stir it. You can see that that is beautiful. And like I said, the freshness from that fresh palm fruit is on another level. So now that the soup is boiling very well, I'll go back and add the stockfish again, okay? So that it will now cook till it's very done. And while that is boiling as well, before I attend to my vegetables, I reduce the heat for the soup, okay? I reduce the heat and then I'll be pouring in the smoked mackerel, okay? The reason I turn down the heat is because I don't want it to mash up the fish in a way. I just want it to be simmering and just let everything be marrying each other while I attend to the vegetables, okay? So back to our bitter leaf. Remember, please, the best bitter leaf to use for this is the fresh one. There's always something good about using fresh vegetables for your soups, but I can't find that now, so I'll be using the one I have. I've added them into my blender and I'll be tossing in the spinach and the spinach, scent leaf and the uziza leaves as well. If you have uziza seeds, perfect, you can use that too, okay? And then the spinach is just a twist coming from me. I also blended it alongside the other part of the onions I showed us earlier. Just look at how beautiful that soup is. Oh my god. Now let's spoil it. More like let's turn it black. Guys, I think this is where this soup got its name, because once you mix in these veggies, the whole color of the soup will change. It will turn from the beautiful banga color to something different. Let's see how that goes. So I'm going to be working at mixing in everything together. And permit me to say that my blender didn't blend this really smooth. It's still okay. At least my Igbo family will not run away at this soup. Yeah, but it's meant to be smooth. And I think that also comes if you use the fresh onugbu as well. So I'll give that a stir, and I tasted for salt and needed to add half of that stock cube I just showed you now. Yeah, just for extra taste. You taste as you cook, right? I also added a little bit of salt as well. I also added some chili flakes because the habanero I used didn't come out at all. I'm being careful with my pepper, that's why I'm adding it bit by bit, okay? So feel free to make it as warm as you would want to. I'll stir that in, and you can see the consistency is something like this at this point. I wouldn't want it to be too thick, so what I'll do, I'll cover it to start cooking. Like bring it to a real boil. You can see it's piping boiling. Yeah, guys, that's like after another 6 minutes of boiling, and this is our soup. So this soup will be ready the same time it takes you to get your ordinary onugbu soup ready, okay? It's the same thing, just a different techniques. And feel free to use as much dry fish and fresh fish as you can afford, because it adds a great taste to this soup. taste. Like the scent leaf is the greatest attraction for me. Like there's this special taste it gives this soup. Oh my god. I was speaking to my Delta Igbo friend who, like, they make the soup at home, and she was like the best part of this soup for her is using fish, like using fish, fresh fish, like even like tilapia and all those. So I'm really happy to use this mackerel in it. And the stockfish. Wow. 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 If I had like fresh catfish, I would have added it to this soup as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I can comfortably eat this with rice as well. Crazy, right? I know. It's almost finished. And guys, I think the goat meat is a great compliment as well. It's a very great compliment for this soup. You know, there's this special taste in goat meat. If you're Igbo and you're wondering if you can try this soup, you definitely can. Just ignore the look. It's very tasty. Like, it tastes really good. If you already eat onugbu from before and you eat scent leaves, you will definitely love this soup. You will love it. Please give it a try. Try something new. This is me breaking down the goat meat. This is good. This is good. Really good. I'm falling in love. Oh, I'm falling in love. Eh? All over and over again. I'm falling in love. Oh. So, Edo black soup is definitely on my menu now. It's very delicious. I love scent leaves a lot, so for the fact that it's in this soup makes it even more appealing. Thank you guys for hanging on with me. I hope you've learned something new. If you don't know this soup already, do give it a try. I'm sure you would love it. Have a beautiful day and bye-bye.